Hi there, how are you? Had an interesting question recently on my mobile apps and my coaching business, and that is for another coach, a life coach. That person wanted to know how they can grow their coaching practice. And here's some suggestions that I made to that person, and maybe you can comment, and if I missed anything, let me know whether maybe there are other things that the person can do. There is the obvious things, right? So first of all, it's mostly a local business. So I suggested many things you can do for advertising as a local service. You know, if you've seen my videos before, you know how I try to advertise local services. You know, Yelp, Google Places, like local listing sites, things like that. Also doing local SEO for your own website. And your own website is core because not only does it help you bring in new clients by helping them find your business on the web, but also if you're already selling to someone and they want to learn more about you, then you can kind of point them to your website, and your website just kind of points them back to call you, right? Oh, this guy is great, blah, 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 blah. Here's a testimonial, let's call him. So it's kind of like your website is supposed to be one of the sales tools that you have. So you should always have a website. And that leads me to obviously the discoverability online. And it's actually difficult because if you're going to do local, you know, there's not that many people against whom you're competing. But if you're going to be online, you're competing against the entire world, right? In every city there's a coach. And that coach wants to have their practice online, right? So, and multiple coaches. So you really have some stiff competition there. You have to become a really strong marketer in order to compete. It's not impossible. Like, you're not competing against billion-dollar companies, but you are competing against people who have been marketing their stuff for a while, and they become pretty good at it, and over time you have to become pretty good at it. So it's kind of like a long-term game. What you can do in the short term, you can buy ads, you know, from Google SEM. You can also buy Facebook paid ads because they allow you to target really well. And you can experiment, maybe spend like $50 or $100 just to get an experiment and see if those kind of if that marketing works for you. Because for coaching, if you're a life coach and you have a person who sees you regularly for a long time, the lifetime value of that person is quite high. So you can actually spend some of that money advertising. And that's one of the benefits of having such a business, is that you actually can afford to spend some money in targeting advertising, whereas the free stuff would be quite competitive and difficult and time consuming, and you don't know how long it's going to take before the marketing would start. So Facebook ads and Google ads paid are quite worth exploring in this niche. Also, I recommended networking with other life coaches. They already know how to market their stuff on the web. And I always do that myself. Like, you always have to build a strong network of business peers, because you never know. Like, I mean, you have questions all the time, and it's good to go to them and get answers. The other thing for local marketing is there's a real power in events. Because let's say you're like a coach, life coach, and what if you put on a regular series of events where you present different aspects of life coaching? You know, one evening it can be something, another evening it can be something else, and because the event is free or because the event is very cheap, and by the way, if this event series becomes popular, you can actually start, you know, charging and making money right from this event series, right? So that actually can be one of your revenue models. But let's say you use this event series just as a way to promote your coaching. Well, some people, if you like, you know, you'll get to talk to them afterwards, you'll get to talk to them before. Some of them you'll leave like a positive impression on them, they'll want more, and then they'll consider hiring you as a coach. Especially if they come like on a regular basis to your events, that means they want more, and that means, you know, you can offer them, hey, you know, would you like to spend even more time with me and get one-on-one coaching, stuff like that. So an event series might work quite well. It might work especially well because people who might get attracted to that might not ever you may not ever be able to reach them with your main marketing strategies. So it may be a good way to get people who might not know that there's a service like this, but might want it, to actually learn about it and might want it, So that's one thing that I think this has a good chance of working. I always love events as marketing tools because you get to also make face-to-face connections with people. And of course, speaking of face-to-face connections online, having a YouTube channel or even a podcast, that is kind of as close as you can to meeting someone in person. I mean, it's one way, but it's online. It's as close as we can get. So having a YouTube channel where you talk about life coaching things, or appearing on podcasts as a guest, or having your own podcast, right? Or hosting your own channel, or appearing on people's channels, is a good way for people to get to learn about you. Those listeners will get to know about you, and they'll start to maybe like listen regularly, and then they'll want more. I mean, and of course, for every 1,000 people who might listen, for this kind of service, it'll be like very small conversion rate. But nevertheless, it's a difficult service to sell because generally people, they want somebody who is affordable, but also has this amazing reputation. But it doesn't quite work like that, right? If you're affordable, chances are that you're starting out. But if you have an amazing reputation, chances are that you're too expensive for everyone to afford. So it's hard to find the match between that sweet, kind of the middle of affordable but high quality and stuff like that. So the conversion rate of people listening to YouTube or podcasts may be low, but with those channels you have potential to reach thousands and thousands of people. So the volume makes sense for the low conversion rate. So those are my strategies to get clients. If I keep thinking, I can probably come up with a bunch more, but I think this is enough for now. I mean, those are some strategies that I offer as, if you have a coaching business. And by the way, if you have a coaching business, you are the product. So the only concern here is the marketing and how you brand yourself and how you present yourself, and generally how you angle your coaching kind of practice. So there's some branding in this that is tricky, but generally you have to market, right? You have to just get this inbound, and begin having conversations with people about what they want, how they want it, and then maybe shifting in a way that fits what they want and how they want it. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch more really nice videos. No, I'm just kidding, but I hope you think they're nice. And of course, I created the mobile apps which help you plan and start your business. They're the Problemio apps, and you can find them by searching for any of the app stores and for the term Problemio. And I'm very excited to announce that I wrote 2 books. I just finished my second book, and they're available on Amazon. And it's the first book is the business idea, go from business idea to start a business, and the second book is how to market your business. How to go from 0 to 1 million customers. So check out my apps, check out my books. I have too many products. I used to just have apps, and it was easier to promote the apps. Problemio apps, go search for Problemio. But now I got these books, so now I have to Problemio apps, and now the books, and I think I have to, as a marketer, I have to figure out which of the products I should promote, because it's I'm promoting too many things. Anyway, sorry for all that long commercial type thing, but anyway, I hope this video was kind of helpful to give you ideas of how to promote this kind of business, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.